This is Corey Drawn with Charter Success Partners. Today, I'm sharing with you the new district payment dashboard through Insights by CSP. As you know, Insights is a product developed by Charter Success Partners, which allows us to take disparate information from varying sources and combine it into analytics that help you manage your school. One of the problems that charter schools face is understanding the payments for students from the districts in which they reside. CSP has set out to help solve this problem by creating a dashboard which presents the varying data sources in an easy to understand and direct format. In order to provide this dashboard, there are several members of the team which complete different parts of the process to ensure that you're getting accurate data. Each of these members is either a Charter Success Partners employee or a school employee, depending on which services you receive from Charter Success Partners and which things you complete in-house at your charter school. The Student Information Systems team is responsible for creating the PMRs and getting them into the required format for the districts. The district payment requester is the team member who communicates with the district, sending them reports requesting payment. The finance team members are the ones who receive the payments, whether that's ACH, checks, and then enters that deposit information into the accounting system. The district payment analyst is a new team member on Charter Success Partners team. This team member is analyzing the data that is going into this dashboard and helping set follow-up steps to ensure the accuracy of data. Activated as necessary include a district specialist who has extensive experience working in traditional school district finance and can help navigate the information that the districts are providing, and possibly your school attorney who can help navigate the law and demands that may need to be made to the district to ensure they are providing the legislatively required information. This slide provides a graphic which outlines the entire district payment process. Each member of the team, as discussed on the prior slide, is included in this process. The colors on this graphic represent Charter Success Partners in green, the school district in orange, the charter school in blue. It starts with Infinite Campus, ensuring that the district data entry and preparation is completed within that system. After which, that information is loaded into Insights. We've built a platform in Insights that checks that information and ensures it meets legislative compliance. After those reports are built in Insights, then the district payment requester runs those reports in a sendable format and sends them to each school district. After the district reviews those reports, they then process the payments to charter schools. The charter school then receives those payments and shares that documentation with the finance team. The finance team then enters those deposits in the accounting system and the district payment information provided by the district into our tracking document. The data then from Infinite Campus, from the deposits, and those tracking documents is then loaded into the district payment dashboard within Insights. And finally, that district payment dashboard is reviewed by our district payment analyst, who looks for gaps in the information and follows up with the correct member of the team along this process to try to close those gaps and ensure that all information is accurate. As you can see here, these are 3 additional processes, each with a graphic colored based on who is completing that part of the process. So this applies to your school based on the services that you are contracted with Charter Success Partners. Anything that we're contracted for will be in green. Anything that you are doing as a school will be in blue. Now let's take a look at the actual live dashboard that's available to you in Insights. In Insights, you'll see the dashboard available on the left-hand navigation menu. Once you select the district payment dashboard, you'll be taken to this screen. You'll be able to select the fiscal year, then you can select the district or leave it blank to select all districts. Then you can select the PMR period or leave them all unselected to see all PMR periods. Below those filter options, you'll see the district payment summary chart. Here, you'll see the district name, the status of whether the request for payment has been completed. You'll see the PMR information in terms of your average daily membership billed and what was paid by the district, and then a difference, which then corresponds with an outstanding PMR ADM. Next, you'll see a county documentation column, which will have either no documentation, some documentation, or all documentation filled in. This pertains to the legally required information that districts are supposed to provide to charter schools. If the district is not providing all of that information, but is providing some, then the yellow some documentation will appear. If the district has not provided any documentation of their payment, then the no documentation red item will appear. Finally, if the district has provided all information required per the law, the green all documentation will appear. The next set of columns come from the district documentation, with the exception of the projected annual per pupil calculated by CSP. CSP's district payment analyst is working to try and get a projected annual per pupil based on the information provided by the district. The accuracy of that projection can be gauged by the left-hand column with the documentation, meaning red no documentation means that our calculation does not have a high confidence level. The yellow some documentation calculation has a higher confidence level, and the green all documentation has the highest confidence level. You can use this chart to easily see the information about the payment from the district. The chart also helps predict what should be received year to date from the district and what has been. Below that chart is another chart that gives you information on the projection for year end of what you likely will receive from the district in red, and then below that, bars that give you an indication of what has been received thus far. Below that are 2 additional charts. One is a map of districts with billed attendance. You can hover over each district and see the number of students attending your charter school from that district. The next to the right is the year-to-date distribution breakdown by district. You can hover over each of your districts and see what portion of funds is coming from that district. As you may have noticed in the sample data that I shared on the district payment dashboard, there are gaps in the information. This is a very challenging problem to solve. Charter Success Partners looks forward to working with you, all of our client charter schools, as partners to help ensure that you're getting accurate financial information from the districts and therefore the correct funding for your students. In order to solve this problem, we're going to need to work together to fill in the gaps and to find ways to handle information that is missing and districts that are not following the steps required by law. So finally, I want to just list a few steps to improve the completeness of data. Step 1 is to ensure your school is following all steps in the process. One of the first breakdowns is within those graphics that I showed, a member of the team not fulfilling their step in the process accurately, or even a member of the team not knowing what to do in that step. Please communicate with us and we'll work together to make sure that the right person is identified and that that person has the knowledge in order to complete the step accurately. 2, send all documentation received from districts to CSP, the district payment analyst. We'll share the district payment analyst's contact information so that you can forward any information received from the district to that person. Ensuring that that person on our team is seeing information from the district helps ensure that information is being filled in on this dashboard and not just missing because it hasn't been shared with our team. 3, work with CSP to coordinate communication to districts for missing information. CSP works with multiple charter schools that request payment from multiple districts. Therefore, as an intermediary, we hope to be able to share information across all of our clients when one school received information that another school did not, or to send one communication to a district when multiple charter schools are not getting what they're supposed to from that district. So please continue to work with us to leverage that partnership. And then if needs be, additional support through the attorney or the district specialist to communicate with the district to get what's needed. I know that working together, we can improve this process and create a transparent, accurate district payment request process.